Hey Libra, I'm doing a reading for you for the new moon in Capricorn. Libra, I feel like there's a space here where you're almost like entertaining the bullshit. Like I feel like you already know like what people are up to, why they're doing this. You know why people are up from your past. I feel like it's a lot of people from your past. I feel like they're coming back in. They're wanting a second chance here as well. There's a lot of forgiveness, there's a lot of understanding, there's a lot of compassion here as well. But you know what these people are up to. You're entertaining it, but I don't feel like you're delving too deep. I feel like where you could have gotten your emotions to, you're not letting these things like come in and like really tamper with you. First out, we have trust. Once again, like the universe has your back. Like there's a space here where you know that you're in a process of changing. You know that you're in a process of becoming better, bigger, happier, like so much. I feel like it's almost like your aura is expanding here, right? Like you know that where you could have been crawling in certain places here, moving forward, you're going to start flying through these things. You have a higher perspective, a higher understanding here as to like what it is you're really going through. And I feel like there's a space of trust, of belief. Like you know that everything you're working through up to this point, like it's taking you to a place so much bigger and larger than you ever could have imagined here as well, right? Yeah, you have so much more love for yourself, for other people, for situations, but I feel like there's almost like this barrier, this wall here. Like notice how like when you're like cocooning here, you have like a barrier, a protective, like as you're transforming, as you're pushing yourself into the next level here as well, you know that you have a space of protection. You know that you're being guided. You know that the the places that you're going to, it's taking you somewhere that you didn't think that you could necessarily be brought to. And I feel like there's a space of like love, happiness, joy. You know that nothing that okay, so I feel like there's been a lot of past situations up to this point, and I feel like they could have hurt you, they could have pushed you to your breaking point, they could have like taken you to a place here where you really were not happy. These things that have affected you up to this point, like they can no longer come in and like push you to that level. Like once you've been there, once you've experienced it, these things can't really come in and like hurt your feelings in the same way. Like there's a space of like understanding. You know where it is you're trying to go. You know what it is you're trying to do here as well, right? First out, we have the Five of Pentacles. Once again, I feel like this this is a lot of situations up to this point that really could have hurt your feelings. Like you could have like had a lot of like bloodshed involving the situation here as well. Are you guys still there? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't hear that conversation. Yes, I feel like there's a space here where you're really leaving a lot of things behind. Like once a lot of things that could have hurt your feelings, that really could have upset you. I feel like there's a space here. Good morning. Hey, hey, hey. There's a space here where um anybody or anything like up to this point that's really been affecting you here as well, right? Like you're really changing your perspective. Like I feel like there's a space of forgiveness. What does it say in the Bible? If somebody like smacks you in the face, you turn your face and you let them do it again. And I feel like you're having like a lot of understanding about that. But I feel like once people have shown you who they are, and keep in mind people always tell you who they are, right? There's a space here where you are allowing people to show you who they really are, and once you are acknowledging it, once you're accepting like what space that they're in, like you're letting it go. Like you're not like forcing other people to like, okay, like you have to act this way, you have to do these things. Like I feel like there's almost like a dogmatic space here where you've almost been like pushing people, forcing people into a space where you thought they should be. I feel like there's like a level of like like perfection here. Like you are having like these expectations for people to come in, and I feel like there's a space here where you're really acknowledging where people are standing within their lives. Like you are not forcing other people to do these things. You're not forcing them to show up in this way. You're just like I feel like there's a space here where you're just accepting people with arms wide open. Like you already know who these people are. You already know how they're gonna act, and I feel like there's a space here where you're going through a huge growth space. I feel like the more that you're allowing like these certain people like I feel like it's very much expectations. Once you're allowing these expectations to kind of like dissipate here as well, you're going through a huge growth spurt, right? Yeah, there's oh, it could definitely be involving a King of Swords. It could be a masculine energy that is an air sign around you. That could be Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. I feel like they're coming in, and I feel like they are continuing to show up in the way that they always have. And I feel like once again you're having this understanding as to, hey, this person will always react this way until they choose and have an understanding for themselves. But I feel like there's a space here where you're tired of like wasting your voice, wasting your energy, like forcing somebody to come in and like do these things that you think are necessary. No. And we have the Devil card. I feel like this is definitely a person who has gone through a lot of toxic things within their life. They could have a drinking problem, hey, good morning, an addiction here as well, right? Very much things that have controlled their life, controlled their behavior. And you know that this could also be a situation here where you guys are like sharing finances, they're helping you. Hey, good morning. I feel like they could be oh, how sweet. This could definitely be a person where they've almost like controlled you with money. And I feel like there's a space here where you're realizing like how toxic this person's really been up to this point. Like I feel like this person could have really been taking too much time, too much effort, too much energy. I feel like you could have wasted your voice on them too much. I feel like you could have been like speaking so many things and they just were not hearing you. They were not like almost like willing to comply here with your standards. And I feel like this is a person that's come in over and over and over, and I feel like they've pushed you. And I feel like there's almost a space here where you've almost allowed like your boundaries to be diminished. Like I feel like it's very much like a toxic person, somebody who does not agree with how you're wanting to live your life, somebody that does not agree with what you're okay with to deal with, right? Like I feel like there's a space here where you've really just been allowing this person to like kind of come in, but like almost like push you, right? And I feel like this was very much an energy that you were supposed to be going through. This was very much a space and energy that you were supposed to be allowing to come in and show you how you can change, how you can be a better person here as well, right? Once you're having some realizations about like what this person is up to, it's pushing into a space here where you're going through such huge like leaps of it's almost like luck here as well, right? Keep in mind, Libra is exalted in Capricorn season, right? And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. Once again, this was necessary. This was almost like a stepping stone in order for you to get to like where it is you're supposed to be. Like there's a space here involving this person where they're showing you like what it is to be a better person, right? Like you're seeing like these like complications in their life and like how they're like frustrated within themselves. And I feel like that's pushing you into a space here where you're really trusting and believing on your own luck. Once again, you're going through a huge growth space for yourself. You're shifting, you're changing how you're how you're viewing this person. It's almost like a space of disgust here as well, right? Unless but I don't feel like it's a space where you're forcing them to change. I feel like you are changing, Libra. Like you are changing who you are, what it is you're going through here as well, right? And you're like there's so many more boundaries, so many more leaps and bounds that you're going through for yourself here as well, right? Once again, this is a space where you've been protecting yourself, you've been changing, you've been going through we have 2 sevens here. Once again, very much luck. And the 2 sevens were after this Wheel of Fortune. If you gamble, I would say gamble right now. Like now is your season, now is your time to like really get out there and like change some things involving yourself here as well, right? I feel like there's going to be a level of risk, and we have the Judgment card. There's going to be a level of risk as to like what it is you're really being a part of, right? And I feel like there's a space here where although you're like jumping into this risk, you're still protecting yourself. You're still understanding like, hey, these are things, you know, like once again, you're holding your boundaries safe to you. You're being protected. You know that what it is you're going through, you're gonna get through like on like almost like a safe stepping stone here as well, right? And we have the Strength card. I feel like at this time you could be dealing with a Leo here, somebody who's very dramatic, somebody who is wanting any attention. It doesn't matter what kind of attention. All attention is good attention to them, right? Like I feel like there's a space here where there's definitely going to be a judgment call. I feel like you could have been like almost could also be a Sagittarius. I feel like there's been a space here where you've been like not really trusting the situation. I feel like you've almost been giving them like little pieces of information to see what it is that they're doing with it. I don't feel like this is very much a person you should trust. I feel like there's very much an energy here where you've made a judgment call. They've made a judgment call about you here as well, right? And I feel like you're like being given the knowledge as to like how to get through the situation here as well, right? I feel like this is very much a person who is going through a lot of anxiety. I feel like this is a person who is very frustrated in their own life. I feel like their hands have almost been tied as to like their movements towards you. And you like, I feel like as they're being restricted towards you, I feel like you're being gifted like this, this understanding as to like how to deal with this person. I feel like you're getting a huge spiritual upgrade. I feel like your spirit guides are almost like protecting you from what it is this this person's trying to do. I feel like they could be trying to like almost hurt your feelings here as well. No, like I feel like anything that they're trying to do, it's being like reversed back to them. Like anything that they're trying to hurt you with, it's being pushed back onto them here as well, right? With this Queen of Swords, we have the Four of Pentacles, no, the Four of Swords. Yes, here you are, Libra. There's a space here where you're spending a lot of time like relaxing, a lot of time sleeping, a lot of time resting, and that's helping you. I feel like you're gonna have such a huge mission whenever like the weather starts almost like warming up here as well, right? So I feel like this rest that's coming into you is almost necessary to get you to the next space that you're trying to go to here as well, right? I feel like it's almost like the springtime here as well. There's going to be a lot of fun, enjoyment, a lot of things that you haven't been doing up to this point that really makes your heart sing, right? There's gonna be a lot of dancing, a lot of singing. I feel like you're gonna start wearing like a lot of like swimsuits here as well, like a lot of things to like really show off your body, like really help you be connected to other people and other things. The more that you're having this rest, relaxation, I feel like that's almost like pushing you closer to a reunion here that you were not expecting, right? And then we have the Lovers. I feel like this is definitely involving a love situation. It could also be involving a Gemini here as well, right? Yeah, there's a space here where there's almost been like insecurity, like frustration involving a situation, and I feel like that's really is like what had like separated you between this person. It could be insecurity on their part or insecurity on your part. I feel like they're coming in, and I feel like they're really wanting to offer you a new start, a new beginning, something that could really grow you as a person. I feel like they're almost inspiring different actions here that you didn't know you had for yourself, and I feel like you're very excited here as well, right? And you have the Hermit. It could also be a Virgo here coming in. Yeah. Yeah. There's definitely a reunion coming in. I feel like the more that you're like almost like taking a step back from certain situations here, the better it's going to be for yourself, right? Like I feel like there's a space here where you've really been wanting to be by yourself. You've really been wanting to be alone here as well. I feel like there's such a sense of independence that you haven't been allowing other people to really come in and connect to you. I feel like there's almost it's like a fear here. This Hermit is sitting under this Nine of Swords. There's definitely been a fear. There's definitely been a frustration here as well, right? I feel like as they're coming in, I feel like you're having a different sense as to like why this person could have trashed everything you were building here as well. Once you're kind of seeing the situation different, I feel like this is very much a person who's been hurt, who's been over like a lot of things here that they couldn't really explain to you at the time. Once you're like almost like seeing a different perspective of this person, a different perspective of the situation, I feel like there's going to be a lot more healing for yourself. Let's get one more card. Let's get one more. And then we have the Moon. Once again, I feel like they've kept their feelings about the situation very much a secret, very much hidden from you. I feel like they didn't trust themselves and they didn't trust you, right? And I feel like that's what could have caused a tower moment involving the situation. This is very much a person who is to themselves, by themselves. And I feel like there could have been a lot of like questions as to like why they weren't showing up for you, why would they weren't willing to compromise, why they weren't willing to. And once you have some understanding about like why they were acting in the way that they were, it's really like releasing yourself from these expectations here as well, right? Once again, there's going to be a lot more space of compassion, of love, of truth here for why you've been dealing in these situations, right? Like I feel like there was almost like emotionally, like they couldn't connect to you emotionally. Like what is that word? Emotionally, there's a space here where they were really needing to heal themselves, and I feel like you were almost like a rebound for them. And I feel like they had such true emotions, but I feel like they weren't able to truly connect to you and on the emotional basis that was necessary for you to be in a relationship, to be in a partnership, to really connect with one another here in the way that is necessary for yourself, right? All right, guys, let's get one card out for how you can heal this energy. Thank you so much for liking. Thank you for subscribing. I hope y'all are having an awesome day. It says block out distractions. Block out distractions. Your life purpose and other priorities need your undivided attention. So it's time for you to take charge of your schedule and working environment by turning off electronics and avoiding anyone or anything that distracts you from what's really important. You already know what these distractions are, and you have the power to responsibly block them out, right? Like I feel like there's been several different people, several different energies that have been coming in and almost taking you off once again your life goal, your mission, like things that you genuinely enjoy and love. And I feel like it's almost like preventing you from getting to the brink of the next chapter, right? Like there's so many different people coming in and distracting you and taking you off of what it is you're working so hard to get to. So keep that in mind, right, Libra? All right, guys, have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for liking. Thank you for subscribing, and I will see you next time. Bye.